Hi everybody, bonjour tout le monde, welcome to Capital JB Comics. I'm JB and welcome to the video that talks about should we still use CGC. This is a part 2 video. I shot the part 1 video I think a couple months ago. So what happened in part 1 is that I had books sent to CGC that were all 9.8s to get cracked and signed and then reslabbed by CGC. So what happened is some books came back as a 9.6 that were 9.8s. So when I called CGC stating my case that, hey, the books look exactly the same, so why are they 9.6 instead of 9.8, the original grade? So what CGC said is, hey, once we crack the slabs open, you are not guaranteed the exact same grade, which makes perfect sense, and I agree that's how it should be. But when I examined the books, they look the exact same to me. There's no reason why they should not have been 9.8. Although I am not a professional grader, I am basically new, but I've had enough 9.8s to kind of guess what should look like a 9.8. So I was going nowhere with CGC, so what I decided to do, obviously money talks, is send 3 books back to CGC to get them cracked open by CGC, pressed, and then regraded to see if they would come back the exact same grade. So that was my little experiment. So next time you'll see me, I will be unboxing these 3 books so we can see what grades those books came back in. So, and also keep in mind there's a little twist at the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And I encourage you guys to give me your feedback in the comments below about what you think about CGC and should we still use CGC or not. So I'll see you guys soon right after this quick intro. Bye. Welcome back everybody. Like I was mentioning, so I sent some books to CGC that were 9.8s to get signed. They got signed and then they got returned to me as 9.6s. No, I did not request them to get pressed after the fact, because I figured that only a signature would go on them and hopefully they would be handled carefully and come back the exact same grade. So I called CGC and I plead my case, and what they said is, hey, every time you crack open your books, you are not guaranteed the exact same grade, and I agree. But you should at least have an explanation on why, or point out where the new defect is. It shouldn't be, sorry, last time it got graded by Jimmy and this time it got graded by Sophie, and Sophie thinks there should have been a 9.6 all along. They had no explanation. So, and they wouldn't take my books back and just regrade them unless I paid for it. So I'm like, fine. I sent 3 books back that were originally 9.8 that came back 9.6 after they got signed, and I resent them to CGC to get cracked open, pressed, and regraded. So let's see what grades they came back in after I paid CGC some more money. The first book is Superman number 34. This is a 1 in 100 John Romita Sr. cover. The significance of this cover is this is the first time that John Romita in his career has drawn Superman, so that's why I really like this cover. And it is signed by John Romita Sr., Klaus Jensen, and Jeff Johns. So again, this book was originally 9.8, came back the second time a 9.6, and the third time still came back a 9.6. Okay, fine, CGC, I accept the grade. The second book I sent here is Superman Unchained number 1. This is a 1 in 300 sketch cover by Jim Lee. This is signed by Jim Lee and Scott Snyder. This book originally was a 9.8. It came back a 9.6 the second time after it got signed, and after I resent it to CGC to get cracked open, pressed, and regraded, it came back a 9.8. So I am very pleased with that grade it came back as, because I really do think this book is a 9.8. Just a side note before we get into my last book here, let's say I would have gotten all 9.6 from the books, I would not have sent them back to CGC to get it cracked open and repressed and regraded again, because I think each time you press a book, you will start seeing some color fading and some color loss, because each time you press a book, it's applying heat, and heat creates moisture. And I think in the long run, if you keep doing it, you will start seeing some color fading. So if you are a professional presser, let me know if there's some truth to that, if I am on the right track, or if that is just a myth. I am very interested to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. So now let's get to the last book that I've sent back to CGC and see what I got. It is Edge of Spider-Verse number 2. This is the first appearance of Gwen Stacy as Spider-Woman. If you recall, I've had a Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, 1 in 25 land variant signed by Stan Lee that I sold not too long ago. So this one, I was happy when it came back because I got Stan Lee's signature on it with Justin Latour. So, but it came back as a 9.6 last time, and it was originally 9.8, and I didn't see nothing wrong with the comic or nothing new. So I was very curious to know if I resend this and it got repressed and regraded, if it would come back at a 9.8. And happily to say that it did, because the prices between a 9.8 and a 9.6 are pretty significant nowadays, especially with that Stan Lee signature. So I am very happy that this came back as a 9.8. It would have made an okay story to get the books back, pay some more money, because money talks, people, to get the books cracked open, pressed, and regraded. And most of my books came back at the original grade, so I wasn't crazy. But that's not how this story ends, because when I look at the invoice from CGC, I swear that I requested the books to be cracked open, pressed, and regraded. They only charged me $16. I think that's only the grading fee, and I'm pretty sure CGC will not do you any favors, meaning press the books for free or crack them open for free. I'm pretty sure everything has a fee, but but when I look at the invoice, I'm led to believe that these books were just simply regraded, and most of them, as you saw, came back at their original grade. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think happened? Do you think that the books simply got regraded, or did they get pressed and CGC decided to be kind and not charge me for it? What do you think happened? Because I think they just got regraded and they came back at the original grade. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And have you had similar experiences that you sent books back to CGC to get regraded and they came back at a higher grade? Let me know, guys. Like always, this is Capital JB Comics. Like, comment, share this video, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Let's talk about what's going on, people. This is Capital JB Comics, and have fun collecting. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.